welcome back to another episode. I just want to have a quick look in here before we go over, have a look at the loft progress. Can I please just get them babies? So I want to show these guys your babies, please. Come on, big boy, go up there. Have a quick look. These guys, one hatched yesterday, last night I think, and then the other one was the day before, so looking pretty good. These are off this pair, so I'm really hoping. She looks really good, this hen. She's, in the beginning I was a little bit but she's matured and she's looking really good. So I would say we definitely got two pieds in here. You can see, let's see if we can zoom in on their little beaks. You can see how there's only a tiny little bit of black on there, and you see a lot of my other birds, especially Leo and Storm, those type of babies, they're generally all black, these babies. So hopefully pied. We might even have a black in here or a black pied. We will see. If you do remember, you'll know that one of her parents were tiger grizzle, and the other was pure black, like a spread black. So I'm hoping we might get a spread black in here, crossed with one of Titan's sons, which is he's probably one of the better sons actually. I probably will have to fly him next year, but he's very aggressive. Both his sons actually got very protective over their boxes. I'm going to put these little babies back and go and have a quick look at the loft. See you guys. So the loft has had a bit of progress. I'm not filming as much as I would like to, only because I'm not doing full days. I'm doing like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So I'll go through what I've done so far. You can see it's going to be about double the size, or it is double the size. So I've pretty much just built a whole nother one of these on this side, which is it's pretty straightforward. There isn't a lot of structural framing in this. I'm trying to keep it pretty cheap. All the basics and how I hold that all together and keep the strength in it is I actually use structural grade ply, which is like a bracing material. So I put all that on there, and it's actually pretty strong. It's definitely not going to blow away. So I've got the flooring in, so I've done the frame, and then also got all the plywood on there. It's a little bit dirty because it's a bit muddy here, but I'll give that a bit of a clean before we end up moving birds in there. I have basically where we're at now is we just need to put the ply on the back and the sides. The roof is all on, all secure. I've had a few bits of material laying around from the actual house build, so we just done that, and I had one that was a bit darker colour on both sides, so I put that in the middle because that kind of matches the skylight we got, but not really a skylight, but it's a little bit more matching anyway. So that's all we need to do really now. Hopefully maybe tomorrow is I'll clad the sides, and I do have some paint as well. It's going to be similar colour to this, which is obviously the same colour as my house. We just got to go along the back here, paint it all. It's looking pretty good though. And I've just got a few offcut supply. I'll show you what I've done there, because we had a bit of a muck around anyway, because we had to put this other brace in here, so we had to take off this whole green piece that's here on that side. So that's only there for the moment, just to keep the birds in there. And I've had to obviously put all this, there's a whole frame on this side, and it's all stitched into this other frame, so it becomes one loft, but we can pull it apart into two sections if we need to. I haven't done the bottom yet, because what we're going to do once we get all the front on and whatnot, we're going to pull that whole section out, and there will be a sliding door. So instead of that, there'll be a door that slides back and forth with a bit of wire there as well. So we've got two sections at this point, and I moved the lock down the bottom here just so that we can get in and out. But all the birds are still in here. I've actually had them out flying. If you do look at my stories, you'll see I had all of them out flying apart from the new ones, and they were trapped in here. They did struggle a little bit to start with, but then they figured it out. So they're all in here pretty happy. Same with this as well. This whole front's going to get changed. You'll notice that I've put a board here, same as that, but that's structural, but also that is where our sliding door is here. Actually, our new sliding door is going to go all the way up to here, so our runner's going to run on this rail, and actually our aviary comes in up under here, so this vent will be inside the actual aviary part anyway. So you'll get a better idea as we go along. So we'll have that sliding door will probably move to this section here, and I'll have another sliding door which comes back here, and then we'll have another sliding door on this side which will be identical to this, so that we can rotate the birds. And I think the entry to the trap's going to be in the aviary, but over here a bit, but we'll get to that part as we progress. This is more of just a bit of an update what I've been up to anyway. I'll lock that down. Once I get all the front sort of tidied up, then I'll take this front aviary off, and then we'll strip the front down on this one and try and get it all done. I don't want to house the birds too much anywhere else but in here, so it's a bit of a shuffling around act at the moment, but we'll get there. I haven't spent a lot of time on this, couple of hours really, just to knock this section out. I buy a lot of this stuff pre-made. Obviously the 2.4 lengths, whatever you just get from there, I make everything to suit, so very minimal cutting, whip it together pretty quick. Hopefully over the weekend the weather's pretty good, and then we can start bringing this whole section over here, take this one off, and you know, get it all set up and start working on it, because it's going to be good. It's going to look, it's not going to look anything like it does now. I'm not going to have these horrible greens and yellows. It's more going to be greys and blacks, a bit more neutral and stuff like that. So no, I'm pretty excited. Still debating where I put the door, because this is actually 4.8 this way. It was going to be 3.6, which would go to here, but I said, you know what, might as well just go that extra because we have all the material laying around. But this here is only 3.6, so the only option I'm thinking, we've got two options really, that we put in the aviary central, or we move it to one side, still have the entrance central to the loft, and then put a door in one side facing this way. So don't know yet, I'll figure that out once we get the whole thing stripped down and get a little bit closer to it. But yeah, it's definitely gonna look pretty good once we get there. And that's it. Hopefully you can get all this done, majority of it anyway, done by the end of the weekend. It is Thursday now, so hopefully Saturday, Sunday I can get a bit of time in. And there's the red hen. She's split up. I'm going to head to my friend's house. She will. I'm going to go to the club tonight, pick up some new rings, and I'm going to take her up there with me along with the tiger grizzles as well. I'm going to float that tiger grizzle baby under one of the other pairs. I might have some other tiger grizzles coming, my own ones, so just stay tuned for that. I'm not 100% sure yet. Still trying to figure out the logistics of it, so we might actually have my very own pair of tiger grizzles, or at least one really decent cockbird, so we can start doing our own thing. Fingers crossed, hopefully logistics work, because I'm pretty excited about it. But that's pretty much it. A lot of updates happening and a lot of work ahead of me on this weekend, and I will try and film as much as possible. But I just want to get this done, and I want to start filling it with young birds. Going to be a lot of perches in this one, so that's going to be quite time consuming as well. We'll still have this whole section by itself for now. We'll just use all the same perches for now, and we'll do one section at a time. We'll build all the perches for this one, then we'll move all the birds across, we'll strip this out, clean it up, new paint job, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll put all new perches in there as well. So it's a little bit of a juggling act, but we'll get there. Stay tuned, drop some comments down below, and get ready. There'll be some more on the weekend. Don't forget, check the stories and the shorts as well. I'll do a few little updates here and there for people that are super avid in following things. See you later.